All right, I think. Let me double check. Turn the music off. What is up, y'all? Let me put in my intro tag right here. I am in OBS again. I finally figured out how to put the intros and the chapters, but my name, I hope y'all didn't hear that. My name is Rami Pruitt. I am an ex-FANG software engineer. I've worked for companies like Google, Dell, Twitch, and Amazon. And today I have a really special show for you. I'm talking about Svelte. As someone who has building a business on Svelte, I can tell you a lot. We're going to be reading an article. Is Svelte good for beginners? I think I have a hot take. As well as looking into deep research, what that means for indie hackers, and reviewing the legislation on DeepSeek and how it will affect, there's a new law trying to ban the ability to use DeepSeek in the future. And in case you are watching this on replay or you're here, I just want to say that I'm going to start a new tradition of me going to the Discord whenever I'm done with a live stream. If you want to talk to me, I would love to meet all of you guys who are supporting me. Really means a lot. However many visitors I get in here, you know, it really means a lot to me. I really want to understand who you guys are and how best I can serve you as a content creator. Yeah, you know, I think my goal is to create a community. Well, I don't think that is my goal. My goal is to create a community of indie hackers, people using AI to start businesses, and I want to lead the way to that. And so if that's something you're interested in, you have a business idea, you just want to talk to me, get my ideas on whatever you're going through, whether you want to be a FANG software engineer or learning about AI, like I'm here for you at the end of the live streams. I'll be heading over to the Discord. So, but other than that, I guess we'll get into the first video. You have to bear with me. I don't have it set up. I'm going to put a pause right here because I probably need to cut it. All right. Oh man, they're asking me to sign in. Wasn't expecting that, but it's all good. All right, let's pull it up. I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. Also, I'm gonna change my Lightroom around while we're at it. I don't know. I think it'll be all right. So let's screen. There we go. That's the way I want it. And so I don't know what you guys can see. All right, I guess you can see the bottom of my bar at the end. I don't know. It is what it is. So, I guess I should record a little bit of an intro. Give me 1 second. anybody's in here, let me know. Let me see. Let me double check that as well so that I have restream. So let's get it started. And say that. All right. My name is Rami Pruitt. I am a ex-FANG software engineer. I work for companies like Google, Dell, Amazon, and Twitch. And today I have a very special video for you. If you guys did not know, ChatGPT has released a new project called Deep Research, which is the ability to have their AI models go and do research for an hour in order to figure something out. And so this is huge because the AI models have to give answers within two seconds, right? And they have reasoning models that can think up to 8 seconds. But what they have seen is that when they are able to think for an hour to give you a solution, when they're able to do research, they're able to give better, more accurate answers. They have Elon Musk complained about how there aren't any good benchmarks, right? They're way too easy, and it's AI models are just crushing them. So somebody has created a super hard benchmark. He has asked experts in every single field from math and a various range of topics in order to provide a benchmark that will signify when AI is better than any human expert on the earth. And in that benchmark, Deep Research 03 Mini has scored a 26%. And so maybe we can pull that up. Humanities last. Let me write a cut. All right, so I found the exam. It's right here. I'll make it bigger. So it's humanities last exam, paper review. And as you can see, the accuracy for all the models has been bad until Deep Research, which has scored 26%. So Humanity's last exam represents a significant leap in AI benchmark designed to challenge even the most advanced language models. OpenAI's Deep Research agent recently achieved a remarkable 26% accuracy on a brutal, difficult test, more than double the previous best scores of 10%. This achievement underscores both the rapid progress in AI capabilities and the extreme difficulty of the exam itself. The development of HLE, or Humanity's Last Exam, addresses a growing concern in the AI community: benchmark saturation, as state-of-the-art language models consistently achieve over 90% accuracy on once challenging benchmarks like MMLU. The ability to precisely measure and compare AI capabilities has become limited. The saturation effects has necessitated the creation of more demanding evaluations that can meaningfully assess the rapid improvements in LLM capabilities, particularly at the frontiers of human knowledge. Humanity's Last Exam serves as this purpose by presenting questions that push the boundaries of AI reasoning and knowledge across various expert-level domains, providing a more accurate gauge of AI progress in areas where even human experts struggles. The methodology behind Humanity's Last Exam represents a significant leap in AI benchmarking designed to address the limitations of existing tests that have become too easy for advanced language models, with LLMs routinely scoring at 90% on conventional benchmarks. Humanity's Last Exam was created to push the boundaries of AI capabilities and provide more accurate measures of true intelligence. So I want to take a minute to just talk about what this means for us. This exam will undercut AGI, right? I've heard people say if it can score above 50% on this test, then we are at AGI. Because these questions are not just something that you would find at a college. These are world-class professors providing the hardest questions in their domain. And being able to solve any one of these questions would mean a lot. So with the LLM having the ability to think for hours instead of just 5 minutes, we've seen a tremendous increase in tasks. And I think it's only going to get more. Like, imagine what the LLMs are going to be able to do when they're thinking for months. This is big because imagine every single human being has experts in every field able to help them with whatever task they need. I think we're getting closer and closer to AGI, and I know people have talked about that it's possible within the next 5 years. And I think this exam will provide a significant point with where human beings are no longer useful as domain experts anymore. Let me see. I'm going to do a cut. All right. So I think with that being said, we can finally get into the article about what this is going to mean for indie hackers. If you don't know what an indie hacker is, it's generally a solo developer trying to create a business with software. It's something that you want to pay attention to. Just like we have indie films and independent filmmakers, we're going to see a lot more people being able to create software and businesses with these AIs by themselves. So let's get into the article. What OpenAI's new deep research agent means for indie hackers. Deep Research compiles highly technical reports using upgraded web search skills, and here's how it works and how any hackers can take advantage. Deep Research compiles highly technical reports using upgraded web search skills. It's only available via ChatGPT's interface with no word on the API. 3 areas where Deep Research might prove useful for any hackers are idea generation, content creation, and workflow automation. Pro users outside of Europe get limited access from today, with Plus and Team users next in line. So this is huge. I didn't even think about that, right? Like, imagine you have the ability to call an API in order to do some research for you on behalf of your users. Like, I don't know what idea would come up, but I think the way that we have been thinking about software over the past 20 years has to change, because the new tools that we have today are just so much more powerful than they were in the past. And so, just 3 days after launching a new reasoning model, OpenAI has dropped another product, an agent that can autonomously browse the web to compile daily reports. Deep Research addresses a long-standing limitation of AI models that struggle to produce comprehensive reports on technical subjects. OpenAI says its new agent can scour the web for niche details, changing tact as it goes to improve its search and response to data it finds. The result, the company claims, are reports to compare those of professional research analysts, and except they take minutes, not hours. So yeah, like, I think it sounds like the job of an analyst is going to be over as soon as this is released. Or I'm not going to say it's over or obsolete, but they're going to have to start. They're going to have to start using these tools in order to do more work and bring more value to customers or businesses. But we're not gonna, it's obvious to me that we're not gonna need as many analysts in the future as we once did. It's designed for scientific, medical, and other technical use cases, but early users have used it to produce everything from dissertation length reports on Tolstoy Wars and Peace, I don't even know how to pronounce that, to list of financial regulations and public company filings. So yeah, like, imagine people being able to turn in PhD level dissertations in hours, right? Like, in the past, we've had humanitarian degrees where people have created PhDs on topics that were extremely in-depth, but we're no longer going to need that in the future. It's going to be so much more easier to compile that with AI. And so, yeah, it's a challenging time to be a human being as we try to figure out exactly what we're going to do. So they have a quote here. OpenAI just launched autonomous research agents, Deep Research. We've been testing out for a few days, and it's like a bazooka for the curious mind. Give it a question, it will autonomously search the web and provide sources and compile answers. By the way, I only think that you can get only 10 Deep Research per month. I might be misquoting that. I'll look it up in a minute. How does Deep Research work? AI models typically struggle to write well-researched long-form responses. Think detailed market reports or academic literature reviews. Part of the problem is they usually search the web once, purely based off query of user provided. Unlike standard web-connected LLMs, Deep Research uses a chain of thought process to produce better reports. It also asks clarifying questions right at the start to clarify exactly what a user wants it to find. Then it searches the web repeatedly as it puts together its response, shaping the structure and content on the basis of its data it finds. It's essentially a version of upcoming O3 reasoning model equipped with the ability to search the web repeatedly. In some Python analysis skills, it takes a while to deliver a report, up to 30 minutes, in fact, but OpenAI says humans will take hours to come up with something similar. How to use Deep Research. Users with access to Deep Research button beneath ChatGPT's regular prompt input box select the box, and the agent will receive the prompt. Initially, the agent will follow up with clarifying questions to approve the prompt and ensure it knows exactly what the user wants it to write. The agent will get to work scouring the internet for text, images, PDFs it can read and analyze. Depending on the query, results can take anything from 30 minutes to appear. but interested users can view progress updates by opening the sidebar. As you can see in the image above, let's see, yeah, okay. OpenAI claims deep research gives state-of-the-art results on several academic focused benchmarks, but it's still prone to errors, so you should double-check any facts it cites before use in its reports in your business. The company says DeepSeek less likely to make mistakes than what are they saying about DeepSeek? The company says DeepSeek less likely to make mistakes than older solutions, but it still hallucinates and it struggles to distinguish fact from rumors. It also can't really convey uncertainty, so will likely sound confident in its finding even when it shouldn't. I definitely noticed that. Like when I've been coding, like I remember asking an AI exactly like, hey, if you don't know the answer to this, like, let me go to bed. And it was all like, yeah, I know the answer to this. And what? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Is something? I want to double. Okay, you guys can hear me. Apologize. Let me put that in the struggling to hear. False positive on sound check. All right. But what I was saying was that when I was, these LLMs are still known to hallucinate. They'll sell things with so much confidence that they have no idea what they're talking about. And so, but I do think this is a step in the right direction towards AGI systems. But I don't know. When I think about AGI, I like to think about like new inventions being discovered easily and diseases being cured rapidly. That's when I'll say we're in a AGI era. But yeah, let's get back into the report. Reports may give you a useful window into new markets, but they cannot be treated as facts. They may affect its utility as the engine behind reported writing businesses should an API eventually become available. So this is good. Three ways indie hackers can take advantage of deep research. For tech startups in general, deep research might prove a useful tool for detailed market research and business planning. Indie hackers tend to move quickly and work with smaller budgets. So 3 areas of concern that are common to communities are coming up with ideas, creating content, automating workflows. Here are the ways deep research can help in these areas. Generating business ideas. Deep research can skillfully scan websites, forum, and databases and cover niche markets and emerging trends. Indie hackers can use it to spot untapped opportunities and quickly validate ideas by gathering competitor data, using opinions and market stats, providing a fast first look at startup potential. So yeah, that's important. Like I can't tell you guys how much like information is the difference between people who make money and who don't. Number 2, optimize content creation. For creators running newsletters, blogs, and YouTube channels, deep research, like me, deep research serves as a rich data, fresh angle, and little-known statistics. This will let indie hackers craft engaging, evidence-backed content that stands out and builds trust with their audience. That's cool. I haven't tried using deep research to make content, but I'll definitely get into it. Automating workflows. By acting as an on-demand research assistant, deep research automates tasks like competitor analysis and trend monitoring. I see indie hackers integrating it with tools like Zapier and Notion to free up time. Yeah, I could see creating reports. I would like to save the report to Notion. I'm going to be coming out with some automation tools for that, so you guys can have workflows for Notion or whatever tool that you're using. But who can access deep research today? Deep research will roll out to the pro subscribers today, with Plus and Teams users expected to get access in about a month's time. That's it. That is, unless they live in Europe. Like OpenAI's first agent operator, it is not clear when deep research will be available in the European Union, UK, and the European Economic Area. The territory-wide blocker is likely because of restriction in EU recent AI Act. OpenAI says it hopes to eventually bring this product to the region, but doesn't give a timeline. Okay. So I'm gonna put it back on me. So there you guys have it. Deep Research is probably the best AI product to come out for indie hackers and developers. It replaces the need for an analyst. You can do everything, a lot of things for yourself, such as finding new business ideas, researching content ideas if you're into making blogs, as well as whatever you need. But let me think. As well as, let me get back. Subscribe, comments. I did not like that. Epidemic sound. What else can we do with this thing? Oh yeah. As well as automating your workflows. Because this will eventually be an API, other businesses can use this within their business ideas. I don't know if I can think of an idea right now, but this is huge. The way that we're thinking about the internet, the way that we have provided business value for other people, this is going to change dramatically over the next few years as we are integrating these products into business ideas. Things that we have never thought possible are available today. It is the best era to be a indie hacker or somebody that wants to develop products, because there's so much, instead of needing an organization or team of 100 people, in the future you might only need a team of 5 people. And so let me know in the comments, what are you going to be using deep research to do in your career or your business? But other than that, I'll say goodbye. Deuces. All right. Oh, I appreciate you guys. I don't know if you're watching it behind the scenes, but um, um, yeah, I am. If you don't want to know what I'm doing, right? I'm creating VODs inside of the live stream. And so, like, I think I messed up and I forgot my third point. So when I'm in there, I just created a note for myself to come back and delete it. So, um, yeah, I guess we'll get into the next video. Oh, my guy Kelly. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see that people were in here. I put the doc up there. What's up, my guy Kelly? If you have any questions, I wanted to do a Q&A. I wanted to do a Q&A after the session. If you have any questions, I would love to answer it, but I will be in the Discord afterwards just so we can hang out. I didn't even know you were here, my guy. Appreciate you always supporting me. Do you have time I don't know if you have time to be here after the Discord, but I'd love to talk with you, meet with you, hang out, all that good stuff. But I'm setting up the next video. Is there? I wonder if there's a Restream app. My bad. I'm just setting up, guys. What is it saying? So it says, are you on YouTube? Join the Discord. Did I mess something up? I'm sorry, guys. My chat is messing up. Okay, never mind. Nothing is wrong. I'm just paranoid. All right. Well, we'll get into the next video. Oh, we have 4 people watching. It's funny. I can't even see if anybody's watching my my channel, but yeah, I'll just get right in it. Get right to it. I'm gonna get right to it. My guy said email container setup, and I'm sick of SMTP IMAP now. Right. Like I remember you were talking about you were doing an emailing app, and I remember I was in your same boat. Like when I was in my guy, and when I was in getting my master's degree, I wanted to build a business around email, and it was just a huge pain in the ass. It was a huge pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. And then I was like, I see why people like Google wants to charge people for Gmail, because maintaining that stuff is a huge pain. But it is what it is. Other than that, I'm finna get started. Hope you can stick around to the end. Again, I'm gonna be in a Discord right after the live just to talk with you guys, see what you answer any questions, and I want to answer some questions online. So let me know if you have anything you want me to talk about. So other than that, hello, my name is Rami. I am a ex Google, ex Twitch, ex Amazon, ex Dell software engineer. And today I have a very special video. I'm talking about, is Svelte for beginners? Is it better for beginners? And I think I have a very informed opinion because I am building a business called DonorSync using Svelte. And the reason that I chose Svelte is because of it's easier to read and it's a lot faster than React. But as somebody who has spent the last month and a half using Svelte, I have a lot of criticisms about what it takes to build an app in Svelte. And I don't know, like there's some reasons why I don't feel like it's good for beginners, but let's get into the article. So I'm gonna make this even bigger for you guys. All right. Svelte is better for beginners. Hi, I am Cameron. Welcome to my TED Talk. I'm here to shout out my opinions about the front-end framework and into the endless void of the hot takes and terrible opinions. I already like this dude. I firmly believe that anyone learning front-end web development should start with Svelte rather than React. What is Svelte? Svelte is from French svelte, meaning slim, slender, which is the perfect description for a framework that prides itself on minimalist design. Svelte was first released in 2016 and recently updated to version 4 in June of this year. I first discovered Svelte around a month ago after seeing it's featured on a YouTube video by the Primogen. My first application of Svelte was a website that replaced a competitive programming competition on Caddis. On the same day I started the project, I also finished it. Using Svelte that day made me feel like a superhero. I had informed my competition team about the tool I was going to make for us, and I was able to release it to them on the same day. Something I don't think would have been possible if I started out learning with a framework like React. I am a little bit curious about this because I don't know when he's writing this, but I would say deploying things in Svelte is a bit challenging. Like some of the bugs that I've seen come up are just so rare. So I'm surprised he was able to get this out in a day. Maybe he used a template. Shout out to my video about that. If you guys don't know, if you want to streamline your work, you need to be using a template in order to make sure that you are not doing a lot of things that have already been done before. And I'm probably pointing to the video up here somewhere if you guys want to watch it. My first experience with the front-end development using React for my university competition programming club website. Jumping to the code base was quite the cold shower. When searching for help on React websites, you can find some pretty good tutorials to help you learn. After a week, you should have firm grasp on most of the concepts that React offers. Yeah, I would say React is simple. I think it brings a lot of concepts that other programmers would understand, especially with LLMs. I don't think React nor Svelte is that hard. I think what makes React a bad choice is that it's a lot of boilerplate, and as your code base grows, it's going to be hard to understand. And you're talking to somebody who used to work on the Switch code base with millions of lines of React. Sure, React fundamentals are impossible, but its approach to the building of UIs can deviate significantly from traditional development. This is something I felt Svelte stays close to. What's the difference maker? There are 2 points I would like to raise on what makes Svelte so much better for beginners. Tutorial website. Oh my gosh, the way that Svelte has structured the tutorial website and documentation is top tier. When you go to the tutorial page, it's great. It greets you with some instructions on the left and the idea on the right, almost like your layout for LeetCode. Yeah, I agree. Like learning Svelte has been the easiest language by far that I've had to learn. And I wish more companies had an interactive playground with a tutorial that you don't have to download anything. It's just right there in the browser. And that's one reason why I would recommend something like Svelte. So you have the playgrounds, so tutorials, and the tutorials give you a good understanding of the basics, and you see they have a little bit about the advanced right there as well. Sure, React also has tutorials on their websites. In no way is the tutorial better than Svelte. React has a structured the tutorials through documentation rather than an interactive layout like Svelte. Yeah, it's just like, it's the difference between reading documentation and actually playing around with the thing. And I enjoy playing around with it. And I think, yeah, it's just another reason why Svelte is better for beginners, I would say. This may be just a personal preference, but when I was learning React, I would have loved something like Svelte tutorials where every concept could be treated like a LeetCode problem that I needed to solve. It's just how my brain works. I believe that this style of learning is the most productive when it comes to teaching something new in programming. Simplicity. Oh, I can't get over the simplicity of a framework. Everything just makes sense. You want to make a component that adds two numbers. Yeah, look at how much difference this looks compared to React, where you would have to use like hooks and stuff. Like I always like one reason I have the most experience in Java from my various different jobs. And one of the reasons why I don't use Java for my business is because there's just so much more boilerplate. I really enjoy languages that keep things simple. I like when I can look back at some code that I wrote 3, 4, 6 months ago and I can still understand what it's doing. I think it's funny how like as languages have been adopting new bells and whistles and features, that the languages that have lessened the features and are more minimalistic are being loved by programmers. Now, look, we see it switched to React where you have the hooks, you use states, like all that. Like you have, and this only gets more dense as your code grows, right? Like we have A and B right here, and you bind it, let A, let B, plus. So super simple. My brothers, sisters in Christ, there's no debate. From someone who used to use React fanboy, the Svelte code is easy to read, more enjoyable to write. That's the main reason like I use Svelte, is because it's just more enjoyable to write and simple. As a beginner starting out with React, my first thoughts when reading React code were what? There's just too much verbosity for something that really can't be much simpler. Sure, at times verbosity is needed. Not you, Java. I have 3 years of pain with Java. When learning something like front end for the first time, the verbosity can be overwhelming at times. That's the last thing you will want when trying something new. And conclusion, let me write this down. Conclusion, I've since gone on to React this website in Svelte, and I love it as a beginner. Being able to learn even more about the framework has been exhilarating for me. Some of you may argue that Svelte has a smaller community and a smaller job market. To that, I argue not everything you learn will help you get a job, and the community is ever growing along with the ecosystem. Be fun and learn Svelte is to help you understand the basics of front-end development with components and reactivity. Svelte has a lot going for it as a proud adopter, and I'm excited for Svelte for the future of. I'm excited for the future of Svelte. All right. Let's see. Fan interactions. Let's talk about that. And let's see if I can get a. No, I want it. No. Watching. Where's my face? My bad, guys. I can't. I had one more screen. Ugh. In the game, watching, just chatting. There we go. That's what I want. And it's messed up. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to cut this. I want to get your interactions into it, guys, so people can understand what's going on. So I'm going to edit. I got to go to Restream in order to fix this. My bad. I should have set this up before stream. I thought I did, but it's okay. It's not going to take too long. I'm going to do it right now so that you guys can be a part of the video. And click there. And I want to go to properties. No, that's not what I want. I want to go to properties and put this. Come on. What? So it's not showing the chat for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's like showing the chat in a kind of delayed way, I guess. I wanted to show the chat so that you guys could be a part of the video. But ugh. Yeah. That's hilarious. So I'll just answer some of the chats that are coming up right now, even though you guys cannot see it. Uh, all right. So my guy Kelly says React tries to functional. React tries to be functional, and peeps aren't you used to it from the web world? Um, Not sure. React tries to be functional, and peeps aren't you used to it? Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. I'm not used to React. I am used to React, um, but I'm used to it in a kind of way that like I don't like React. Uh, Even though I'm used to it, that doesn't mean like when I know that something better exists, I kind of want to use that. It's like having a really nice car and having a sports car, right? Like even though I'm used to a really nice car, I want something a little bit better. Svelte reminds me of Mustache. I'm not even familiar with what Mustache is. Oh, Svelte is sleek to use, but it's all HTML, JS at the end. Complicating tooling isn't needed for a lot of things. Yeah, I think a lot of times when these companies become when these companies are a get to React, it becomes a standard. Or whenever they have a tool, okay, finally it's starting to show some fan interactions on the right. Whenever they are starting to show some tools, they oh, you said functional paradigms. Yeah, the functional paradigm is lit. But yeah, whenever a tool becomes adopted by the industry, like generally that tool kind of wins for like the next 10 years. And so um, even though React I don't feel like it's the best framework, I would say that Svelte is the best framework. I would not I would not I still prefer Svelte or whatever. I don't know. Let's see, what else have y'all said? I already had the B-mill and never wanted to build a business. I just wanted to set up an environment to test it. My guy, and I understand what you're going through, but I didn't need to. Yeah, we can talk about it after chat in. I don't know if I'm any good. Like my networking skills are not there, but it's all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wrap this video up. What was I gonna say? Let me pull up. All right, so there you guys have it. We have read the article. We know why Svelte is better. It's easier to write, and it's way more performant than React. And so these are two huge things that make up the developer experience of a tool, but we still don't see why React or Svelte being adopted by major companies is usually just an experiment or a side project. But as things continue to grow, I think we're going to see Svelte not overtake React, but it's going to be a more polished tool that I think people are going to invest their time in. So I am somebody who is building in business with Svelte, and I think I have a hotter take than Primeagen. So is Svelte great for beginners? If you have a single page app, I think it's going to be amazing for you to use Svelte to launch something. But I think something that Primeagen did not talk about during this article or his video is how painful it is to have to build things from scratch with Svelte. I kind of want to say that React might be a little bit better for indie hackers, people who want to build a business, because React has so much more tooling and so much better support for their libraries. So I want to add to that, like, if you are a beginner, you want to learn a little bit about web, you have a small single page application that you want to build, I would recommend React. If you are somebody who has a strong experience with web development and you don't mind having to write everything, or write not everything, but write a few things from scratch. You have good, solid fundamentals with software engineering, you can use something like Svelte in SvelteKit. I want to say, like, there's so many times where I have been using a library in Svelte, and the guy who's been using it is no longer maintaining it. I'm seeing errors in the code. I've put a post on a bug in the SvelteKit community, and this guy just closed it. And so I wouldn't say the community of Svelte is that friendly for beginners. I would say the documentation and the tutorial is top tier, but what it's like using this for a actual business is super challenging, and I would not wish this on my friends. Can't say, I haven't built a business around React, so I don't know, but I'm just saying that, like, a lot of things and a lot of tools that Svelte has does not work properly. Like, I'll give you another example. There's no Svelte developer tool. Like, there's a React developer tool where you can debug your application with your browser, right? There is one for Svelte, but it does not exist for Svelte 5 yet because it's still a community maintained project. So I want to add something that Primogen and this guy did not say, is how much of a pain it is to work with Svelte when there aren't highly maintained packages. So although I would agree that it's great for beginners, if you're not into web development and you want to make something really fast, you might want to stick with React for now, because the community, although it is growing, it is immature right now, in my opinion. And that is it. Let me know in the comments. I hope you Svelte guys are not like making fun of me or like want to talk, smack or whatever. I have built I am the biggest Svelte guy you can think of. I'm just saying, for somebody who has to go to these communities and find libraries that fit within my business, I've been really disappointed with what Svelte has to offer, but I'm still all in. But let me know in the comments, are you a React guy or are you a Svelte guy? Deuces. All right. So we got one more video and then we're up out of here. How long has this thing been going? Or I guess, let me just check. Guys, I'm really starting to enjoy OBS, man. I can't tell you how, like, I can sit up and make the timestamps myself, and that used to be a big, painful thing that I would have to do after the progress. I'm getting kind of hungry. So we got one last article about DeepSeek and then passing legislation on it. And so, yeah, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to take a bit of a break so I can get a snack from my refrigerator. I think in the meantime, just chatting starting soon. We'll be right back. Yeah, I should only be like 5-7 minutes, and then we can get back to DeepSeek and them potentially passing legislation on it. And so, let me pull up the music. Do y'all like the music that I play? I've been playing Afro beats. Whatever. Let's play. I was just playing it, right? Let's see how this sounds. What are we gonna play? We need some Naruto K-pop. Nah, I'm just playing. That was bad. Alright, I like this. I'll be right back. What's that Oh, it's coming from my phone. I was listening to the stream on my phone. I was like, where's that noise coming from? Bruh. Alright, we're back. And we're better. Appreciate that, guys. I don't think, when I first started streaming, like, man, like, I don't know what it is about these lights. I have some great lights around, but they would, like, wear my ass out, bro. Pause. All right. So we got one more article. It does not have dark mode, unfortunately. Let's take a look at this. My man said heavy pause. All right, let's start the VOD. Hello, my name is Roman Pruitt. I am at Xfang, Google, or specifically Google, Dell, Twitch, and Amazon. And today I'm talking to you about DeepSeek, new legislation so that if you download DeepSeek, you will be fined and sent to jail for 20 years. It's crazy to think about that and the legal precedents that could mean, where open source software has to be regulated by the court system. If you guys don't know, in the US, we threatened to ban TikTok, right? Because they had such a invasive data policy on US citizens, moving all of that information about our habits to China. And so we're in the middle of a ban in order to make sure that a US company is able to own TikTok. And so with this new model DeepSeek, which is able to compete with ChatGPT at the highest levels, or maybe not the current one, but at least O1, and it's free, this has set a new precedent. As far as open source AI models, it's important for us as people who are going to be building applications with these AIs that we have access to free open source models, because we are able to build businesses with these AI models. And when you are stuck with a company like OpenAI, you get set into vendor lock-in. And so if these models are banned, what that means for us, what I believe it means for us, is that the competition for AI models is going to be less, and we're going to see more expensive models come out. So, but other than that, let's get into the video. All right, pull it up. Ugh. Let's see if I can I not move this down? I kind of don't like how it is. They have this big banner right there. Ugh. I don't want to subscribe. I just want you to leave. Okay, and then back to the top. Well, I guess we have an ad for this video. My first sponsorship. If you download DeepSeek in the US, you could face up to 20 years in prison and 100 million fine. This is what a new bill introduces the Senate proposed to do. So let's make this a little bit bigger. All right. A new bill introduced by Senator Josh Haley has sparked a major controversy, which proposes a severe penalty on those who download or use Chinese AI technologies like DeepSeek in the United States, as per report. Aim of the new bill. The bill filed last week aims to ban U.S. persons from advancing AI capabilities to China, including the rising star in AI, DeepSeek. According to interesting engineering reports, if the bill is passed, individuals could face up to 20 years in prison and monetary penalties for up to $1 million, while companies could hit with fines as high as $100 million for violations. That's crazy. Like, I would never support a legislation like this. I believe it's probably not going to get passed, but you never know. Harvard AI research fellow Ben Brooks claims that the measure stands out as the most aggressive legislation action on AI to date, as quoted by the report. So yeah, like, if you imagine you're building an open source AI business, and this legislation might kill your business completely, and this is definitely a score against indie hackers. Timing of the bill. The proposed bill arrives at a time when DeepSeek's rapid rise has attracted the attention of U.S. lawmakers, many of whom fear the AI model's efficiency may waste billions of dollars in investments by American tech firms. Report interest engineering. DeepSeek's ability to perform tasks with fewer resources than American AI models, such as ChatGPT, has raised fear about the competitive threat posed by Chinese AI investments, particularly in areas like military surveillance technologies, as per the report. I want to take a moment to talk about AI safety and its importance. So there's one thing that I dislike about truly dislike about DeepSeek is that as far as an AI model that has the most power to put these technologies into the hands of criminals, it's DeepSeek. It does not have the same safety measures that companies like ChatGPT and Anthropic go through. And so, yes, I do think there's a part of this. I'll play devil's advocate and say that banning this, I don't know. Like, I think it's good in the sense that we should not have dangerous AI models in the hands of everyday users, right? I don't want kids to be able to figure out how to make a napalm with an AI model. At the same time, what we have seen, like banning weed, right, for recreational use, right, it has not stopped people from doing it on their own. And I'm not sure that anybody could actually stop this AI model from being downloaded. There will always be torrent websites and ways to bypass the need for this. But I think what this really does is it stops companies or potential indie hackers like me and you from making legitimate businesses with this. And so it's one big reason why we have to raise awareness and fight for good AI, good regulated AI that can be used for businesses at the same time. I know that companies like Meta already have other models, but yeah, other than that, will the bill be passed? While the bill's future is uncertain as the table shortly after its introduction, its existence signals the growing urgency in Congress to address the security and economic concerns around AI technologies. Lawmakers like Haley and Senator Elizabeth Warren, D. May, argue that taking action on AI imports and exports is necessary to protect U.S. interests and point to the slow response by previous administrations, according to the Washington Post. The report quoted Haley and Warren, multiple administrations have failed at the behest of corporate interests to update and enforce our export controls in timely manners. They also said we cannot let it continue. DeepSeek's impact on NVIDIA. The AI chip market leader NVIDIA in the spotlight after its stock plummeted through the launch of DeepSeek's latest AI model reports. Yeah, so what's interesting, one reason why the stock market went down is that people are realizing that, like, in the past, we've always thought if we wanted to have better AI, we need more chips. But what DeepSeek has showed us is we don't need as much chips. We just need better algorithms for it. And so there was this long debate. It's like the AI scaling laws. And who's the CEO of Anthropic was saying, like, hey, we don't need to put any advanced algorithms in. All we need to do is add more chips. And now the Chinese have said, we don't need a lot of chips. We just needed, better algorithms. And they've been able to beat all the U.S. companies. And so this is big. And I think what's crazy about this is China is going to continue to pull the resources to get more chips and more AI. And so this race is extremely important. I'm really excited for the next models that DeepSeek is going to, I don't know what company it is. I'm guessing the name is DeepSeek. I don't know what next, but yes, I think it's good for the open source community. I would hope that those guys start paying attention to AI safety in their next models, but I kind of have mixed opinions, right? Like there's one side of it being that we need more AI regulations for our safety, and there's another side for it that competition breeds better marketplace for consumers like you and me. So, and aptly, mixed reactions to the bill. According to the Interest Engineering Report, some lawmakers argue that letting a Chinese AI tool flourish in the United States could pose the same privacy and security issues surrounding the TikTok debate. Critics argue that lawmakers are partly motivated by protecting U.S. markets from competitive threats rather than addressing national security and concern, the report added. That's exactly right. As lawmakers debate whether banning or restricting Chinese AI will protect U.S. markets or escalate tension, the bill marks a pivotal moment in a discussion about the future of AI technologies in the U.S. and its global implications. Facts. Questions. Why is this bill targeting? I'm not sure I want to read that. I think that's fine. All right. Well, that's all I had. I'm going to bring it back to me. And give me a sec. I want to put let me see. What do you guys have to say? Wouldn't put it past people shorting AI stocks who knew DeepSeek was coming out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. That probably would have been a good idea. I don't know if anybody has pull like that. But. So, there you have it. In conclusion, there are a group of people who want more AI regulations from outside models like DeepSeek. For good reasons or bad reasons, we don't know. One good reason is for the safety of these advanced AIs not being in the hands of criminals. And one bad reason is to make more money in the US. The AI race between the United States, China, and Russia is probably going to decide, the leader of the AGI era. Whoever can create AGI the fastest and first is going to have a tremendous advantage over all the nations. And so I think this is the biggest moment within our generation since the space race and the Cold War between the United States and Russia. And so it definitely feels like the world has a lot of tension because of the AI race. And I have so much mixed opinions on this because it's going to, if this bill passes, this is going to breed new precedents for more bans on AI in the future. And it's not just like one thing it passes and it never does. Usually these bills are going to be cited in order to make even more stronger bills. So let me know in the comments, are you supporting regulation for models like DeepSeek? Or do you think it's better to have a free market where people can decide, and whatever risks that criminals can present with these models, let them be. We'll find ways to thwart them with better models. Let me know in the comments how you feel, but other than that, deuces. All right, and I'll put the end there. All right, guys, that's all the content I have for you. I kind of want to hang out and ask you guys questions. Or we could just go to the Discord in case you guys want to do that. But in case, if anybody wants to come with me to the Discord and they don't know, please let me know. I have the Discord on my YouTube channel. Generally during all of my YouTube videos, I don't know if it's under my live stream, but if you need the link, let me know now before I end the stream. Doesn't look like I'm getting any takers. All right, let me ask you guys, if you're here, what video did you find me on, and what content do you guys want me to make more of? Would love to know. Let me see if I can just pull some stuff up on the side. Mixtape Wizard Kelly in the house. Yeah, it says 4 people watching. All right, doesn't look like I'm getting that much reactions. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. Really appreciate you guys for joining. I think this went a lot better than they usually go. Gonna continue getting better. Stay tuned. Let me think. Is my bitrate? It says it's fair. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna leave. But oh yeah, again, after this session, I'm going to go to my own Discord so I can talk with you guys. Would love to see you there. Love to talk to you. Love to know more about who you are. But